Some billionaires fly Gulfstreams, some fly Boeing jumbos, and one of them owns a literal 747, yes, a Boeing 747, converted into a private flying palace with reported gold-plated details inside. Today we're ranking the wildest billionaire airplanes ever owned, from, okay, that's nice, all the way to, this is genuinely insane. Stick around, because the top of this tier list is a battle between a 757, a 767, and a 747. And the winner is going to surprise you. Let's start with the C tier, the I'm a billionaire and I want to fly like one, but I'm not trying to make headlines bracket. This is where you'll find planes like the Gulfstream 4, the Bombardier Challenger 600 series, and the Dassault Falcon 900. Nothing wrong with them. They cost tens of millions, they cross oceans, and they fly higher and faster than almost any commercial airliner. But in billionaire world, they're entry level. This is the plane your hedge fund manager owns, not the plane that gets you on a magazine cover. Now we move up to the B tier. This is where things get serious. We're talking Bombardier Global Express family, Gulfstream G550, and Dassault Falcon 7X. Bill Gates spent years flying Bombardier Globals. He openly called his private jet his guilty pleasure, and that line has followed him around forever. Oprah Winfrey was a Bombardier Global Express owner before she upgraded. Taylor Swift, who officially crossed the billionaire mark in 2023, owns a Dassault Falcon 7X, the elegant three-engine French jet you'll spot parked from Teterboro to Nashville. And here's a fun B-tier story. Bernard Arnault, the LVMH boss and one of the richest people on the planet, used to own a Bombardier Global 7500. But after his plane started getting tracked publicly on social media, same situation as Musk's jet, Arnault sold it. He literally got rid of his private aircraft to dodge the trackers, and now he charters jets so nobody knows where he's flying. Imagine being so rich you sell a $70 million plane just for some peace and quiet. These planes are gorgeous. Long range, beautiful interiors, the kind of cabin where you almost forget you're cruising 45,000 feet above the Atlantic. But they're still normal billionaire planes. And if you're enjoying this video so far, do me a quick favor, drop a like and hit subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and there's more aviation content coming your way. Now we're entering A tier, the Gulfstream G650 and G650ER. This is the billionaire plane of the 2020s. Jeff Bezos owns one. Elon Musk has famously flown a G650ER. That's the one a college student named Jack Sweeney tracked publicly on social media, kicking off a saga that involved bans, lawsuits, and a whole national conversation about privacy versus public flight data. Bill Gates eventually upgraded from his Bombardiers to not one but two G650ERs. Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Kim Kardashian also fly G650s. The G650ER can fly over 7,500 nautical miles nonstop and cruise at near supersonic speeds. New York to Hong Kong, no fuel stop. And then you have Larry Ellison, the Oracle billionaire, who took A tier to a totally different place. Ellison is a legitimate aviation enthusiast and licensed pilot. The most famous part of his collection is an Italian-built CII Marchetti S211, a real military jet trainer. The man literally bought himself a fighter-style jet to fly for fun. He even tried to import a Soviet MiG-29, but the US government wouldn't let him bring it home. That is a flex you can't buy off the Gulfstream catalog. But here's the thing. When everyone in your tax bracket has a G650, suddenly it's not even a flex anymore. It's just the uniform. That's why we have to keep climbing. Welcome to S tier. The I bought an airliner and made it my apartment club. This is where billionaires stop buying business jets and start buying actual passenger planes, the kind built to carry hundreds of strangers, and turn them into flying mansions for one family. Mark Cuban set the tone for thinking bigger. In 1999, he bought a Gulfstream V online for $40 million, wired the money over email after a single demo flight by his pilot, and locked in a Guinness World Record for the largest single e-commerce transaction ever made. A $40 million jet bought online. He hated waiting in lines, so he just bought the line. Then in 2000, Cuban doubled down with a Boeing 757-200 for the Dallas Mavericks. That plane has a weight room, oversized seats for 7-foot players, and full coaching setups. He literally turned an airliner into a flying NBA training facility. Then there's Sergey Brin and Larry Page, the Google founders. For years, they operated a modified Boeing 767-200 through an entity called H211 LLC, parked at NASA's Moffett Field in California, which, fun fact, is the kind of access most aviation nerds would trade a kidney for. And let's not forget Robert Kraft, the New England Patriots owner. The Kraft Group bought two Boeing 767-300s back in 2017, customized them in the team's colors, and uses them to fly the Patriots to away games. A pair of full-size wide-body airliners painted in the colors of your NFL team. That's a billionaire-and-a-half move. Comment below. Would you take a Gulfstream G650 you can fly anywhere on Earth, or a converted Boeing 767 that's basically a flying penthouse? There's no wrong answer. Okay, there might be a wrong answer. Now we get into legends. Donald Trump's Boeing 757-200, tail number N757AF. Originally built in 1991, previously owned by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, Trump acquired it in 2011 and kitted it out with gold-plated seatbelt buckles, a private bedroom, and 24-karat trim throughout the cabin. Whether you love the man or hate him, that 757 is genuinely one of the most photographed private jets in modern history. But here's where it gets even crazier. Roman Abramovich, before international sanctions hit him in 2022, owned a Boeing 767-33A-ER, nicknamed the Bandit. Reports describe a master suite, a 30-seat dining hall in the air, and the plane was widely reported to feature a missile defense system similar to the one on Air Force One. Yes, missile defense. On a private jet. That is not a metaphor. And then there's John Travolta. Yes, that John Travolta. He owned a Boeing 707-138B that he actually flew himself. He's a fully type-rated pilot on the 707, which is genuinely wild when you think about it. He repainted it in a vintage Qantas livery and donated it to an aviation museum in Australia. A movie star, flying his own four-engine 1960s jetliner in retro Australian colors. That's a level of unhinged most billionaires can't even touch. Quick one. Comment below. Could you actually picture yourself piloting your own Boeing 707? Or are you team I just want a nap in the back? We're almost at the top. SS-tier, the throne. And honestly, there's only one real contender, and you probably already know who. Hassan al-Bolkiah, the Sultan of Brunei. He owns a Boeing 747-430 nicknamed the Flying Palace, and the reported interior is the stuff of legend: gold-plated furniture, hand-woven carpets, and wash basins reportedly made of solid gold paired with Lalique crystal. His personal fleet over the years has included multiple wide-body jets and helicopters. We're not talking about a private plane anymore. We're talking about an airline that exists for one family. And right there with him is Saudi Prince Alwaleed bin Talal, who owns a Boeing 747-400 customized with 2 bedrooms, a 14-seat dining room, and a literal throne in the middle of the cabin. The Trump 757 looks like a Honda Civic next to that. So who actually wins this tier list? In pure technology and prestige, the Gulfstream G650ER is the undisputed king of the modern billionaire skies. It's the plane that says, serious money, serious taste, but in pure flex, in raw, I have so much money I literally bought an airliner and turned it into my house energy. Nothing beats a Boeing 747 with reported gold trim and a custom throne room. The lesson? When you have a few million, you buy a Falcon. When you have a few billion, you buy a Boeing. If this video surprised you, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you don't miss the next one. We've got more aviation deep dives coming, and trust me, you don't want to skip them. See you in the next video. Clear skies.